Hey fishers, we've still got a good report for you this week. It's really cranking in some areas at the moment. This is a great time of year for fishing, obviously, and we're in that in-between period. Trout slowing down a little bit, natives coming on, and I can assure you the natives are coming on in a lot of areas. Still getting the odd report from Dartmouth. Hume Weir is not too bad. A few redfin showing up at the Hume Weir, which is quite good. Trolling seems to be the most consistent method down there. Haven't had a lot of reports from there, admittedly, because the dams and the rivers up this way are starting to really fire, so fishermen tend to be hanging in this area more so than not. Still can't get any decent reports from Wagga, which is very disappointing actually. I would have expected it to be sort of at least starting to move by now on the yellows. Don't forget, it's closed season for cod. You must release cod as soon as you catch them, and preferably don't even pull them out of the water. Just unhook them at the side of the boat or on the side of the bank and pop them straight back in. If you really have a need to take a photograph of them, keep them in the water while you take a photograph and pop them straight back. Just unhook them and let them go. Make sure that when you're fishing and camping, make sure you take all your rubbish home. I went fishing the other day and I've seen lots and lots of rubbish around some of the reserves. It's really starting to peeve me off, I can assure you. I probably should use harsher words, but obviously we can't on this sort of situation, but it's really annoying now. Fished the river myself yesterday and it's fishing incredibly well. A lot of yellow belly coming out of it at the moment. Very, very pleased with it actually. Yabbies seem to be the better bait for yellows. Scrubworms just as good. Won't be long before the shrimp start to move around and they should be excellent. Old Man Creek and the river both look fantastic. The creek's fishing quite okay, getting some reasonable amounts of fish out of there. If you do happen to catch a cod, don't forget to release it because you will catch a lot of cod regardless of what happens. Getting a bit of activity out of Lake Albert, pretty happy with it. And Blowering, it's fishing okay off the bank with bait. Most of the fishermen who are using yabbies off the bank in 30-35 feet of water are getting some really good yellow belly, and obviously the odd cod mixed in with them. Occasional redfin coming out of there as well, but the yellows are fantastic. Trolling's really tough up there at the moment. Water temperature needs to sneak up a little bit, but it'll fire up. Burrinjuck, getting some great reports out of Burrinjuck. Most of the fishing very shallow, in less than 2 metres of water. Fishing around the timber doesn't seem to make it at the moment. Fishing off the bank with bait seems to be the most effective there without a doubt. Trolling in less than 2 metres of water with sort of jackal style lures, bibless crankbaits will cover it, or the old copper flash with the worm behind seems to be okay, but that bibless crankbait seems to be the better one. Windermere and Burrendong both cracking, really hot at the moment. A lot of good yellow belly coming out of there. Hopefully our blowering fish will open their mouths like the ones that Windermere and Burrendong are doing, but they're getting huge numbers of fish each day up there, especially using bibless crankbaits, jackal style lures, that sort of thing, so it looks pretty promising. Getting some reasonable reports out of Tentangara again. It's a bit inconsistent, but it's certainly worth the drive, and the same goes with Huconbean. Down the coast, on the south coast, it's going to be a week or two before it really cracks again, because they've had massive amount of rain from Bermagui, Narooma up, and basically all the estuaries are red, running really heavy at the moment with fresh water, and give it a week or two and then they'll be firing up big time. This is the Complete English Fishing Report for this week. We'll catch you next week.